For Chris Stratton, this season has been filled with highs and lows. But in the end, Stratton is the Giants team leader and wins with 9. Tonight, the Giants will be put to the test against a dangerous Brewers lineup that has Milwaukee making a push for the playoffs, leading the National League in the wild card. Tonight, game 2 of the series, Giants-Brewers, and it's coming up next. We've got another night here in Milwaukee as we get ready for Giants baseball, game 2 of this 3-game series, Giants-Brewers. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and it's powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Jeremy Affeld. Yes, the Giants have not won a game on this road trip, so tonight would be a good start. And it does always start with the starting pitching, and that's Chris Stratton tonight.
And it does, and let's not forget, he's got the team lead in wins, 9 wins. He has been sent down. He has thrown a lot better since he's come up, but he had a little bit of a mechanical issue that when he got sent down, our very own Ryan Vogelsong actually met him and had told him, hey, I have the similar delivery you have, and you're side to side, and I think we have some things we can work on to keep you from getting that way. And ever since that he's worked with him, he threw great. He threw great in AAA. He came up here. He's had 8 innings against the Diamondbacks, a very good team. He's thrown good his last 2 or 3 times out, and I'm sure they're looking for him to throw the same way tonight as he seems to have figured it out.
And the Giants, it's still always going to come down to how many runs are you going to score, because this Brewer lineup is very, very tough. All right, Chris Stratton on the hill. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try something different, like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls. Only at Jack in the Box for a limited time.
Here we are back at Miller Park as we get ready for the Brewers to take the field, and now they do. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 65 degrees. You see the winds and the humidity. It'll get into the high 50s. The roof is open. Panels, however, are closed. Let's take a look at the Giants lineup, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Darno, Tomlinson, Slater, and then Evan Longoria. This season, 15 big flies, 11 on the road. Pence, Garcia, Avellino, then it's Gorkis Hernandez 8th, and Chris Stratton 9th.
Pitching for the Brewers. First time in a Brewers uniform facing the Giants, Gio Gonzalez. Not an unfamiliar face to the Giants offense this year, though. There's his numbers: 4.57 ERA, 145 innings pitched, 15 homers allowed. Not having his best year, and with the facing the Giants this year, ERA over 7. 56% fastballs. You're going to see fastball change curve, and it's probably going to be a fastball and a curve versus lefties, and a fastball and change versus righties. Defense, left to right: Yelich, Kane, Granderson, third to first. Newly acquired Moustakas, Arcia, Shaw, Aguilar, Pena catching, and of course Gonzalez pitching.
Giants last night, they dropped by a score of 4-2. As they out-hit Milwaukee, but that doesn't always mean you're going to win the ball game. So here's Darno to lead things off against Gio Gonzalez, and the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's a called strike. Darno at 244, 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Home plate umpire is Phil Cuzzy. Tom Hallion at first, then it's Dan Bellino and Adam Hamari. Curveball for a strike. You mentioned it last night, and I agree with you. It just seems dark.
Yeah, it's always, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's, I mean, and the roof's open.
Yeah.
I can understand if the roof's closed, it always looks real dark, but man, it just seems dark. It's gotta be the way they put the lights in here.
I think so. Darno with a high pop-up foul down the right field line and out of play. Late scratch, by the way. Brandon Belt having some knee issues, so replacing him in the lineup was Kelby Tomlinson. Darno will play first, Tomlinson will play second. The 1-2 to Darno. Swinging and a foul straight back. Brewers have won 4 of 5. They've played very good baseball at home. They're 45-27 at home. And another 1-2 pitch is not a pitch at all. Here it is in the dirt. Nice block. Gonzalez kind of stumbled off the mound after he released the ball, and see if he's feeling okay. I guess it's a little bit unnerving when you come down that mound and maybe you clip your spike.
Well, you got to make an excuse up for something when you throw that curveball right there. I always just grabbed my arm and said, ow. You know?
It gets everybody's attention, that's for sure. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it's very high. It's 3-2.
And then at the end of my career, I just blamed it on the knee brace. You know?
Yep.
Knee brace slipped.
Payoff pitch. Got him. And the changeup. Do you know where it is?
My knee brace?
Yeah.
You know, I do. It's in a box somewhere. But you know, it's amazing. You stop playing, and all of a sudden your body feels better. So I haven't really needed it, but I'm pretty sure it's like, I don't know. I moved, so I don't know what box it's in. Greshner, the head trainer, talking to me yesterday, said I put a few of these knee brace companies out of business when I retired.
Hey, they were essential for you getting out there. Tomlinson shows bunt, and he takes wide. 220 with 10 runs batted in. Tomlinson not in the lineup yesterday. Here he fouls it back. The attendance yesterday was just over 30,000, and I do believe we're going to pass that tonight. Good crowd tonight.
Yeah, the upper tank looks like it's filling in a little more. Than
very nicely. It's been a tale of 2 seasons for Gonzalez. The first half very good. The second half he'd like to forget about. He's 1-9 since June. See, the last 4 starts with the Nationals. Struggling.
And the whip is so high. That's usually when you see guys struggle, that whip, that 1.8 whip.
Specs with a foul straight back. On deck is Slater.
That walks and hits per innings pitched. The more guys you have on base, the more guys have a chance to score. A lot of times, especially as a starting pitcher, if you've got a high whip, you're probably having a rough go of it.
Ran that one in on Tomlinson. It caught the mask of Pena. So Phil Cuzzy just goes out to kill some time to give Pena a chance. He got that one pretty good.
Yeah, he did. I guess the verdict's still out on. I was talking to Buster on the helmet or the mask. Huh? They don't really know if one is better than the other.
No swing. Tomlinson takes the walk. Yeah, I think if they're not sure which one is better, then I think Buster just decided to go with the one he's comfortable with.
Yeah, for sure.
And I do believe that there are groups of catchers that believe that the old style is better than the new style, but on the other hand, the new style gets strong support from a lot of guys. Here's Slater. Tomlinson goes. They're going to get him. Nice throw by Pena.
Here's that stolen base. Looked like it was a little late of a jump right there, but I think it was an okay jump. I think it was just a throw on the money with some zip on it. Kind of threw it up the line a little bit.
Sometimes the defense does their job. Here's Bochy told us before the game. He said, I'm going to have a talk with some of our guys, our hitters. I'm just going to ask them to do one thing. Start swinging harder.
Well, it looked like it right there.
It really did.
StatCast AI powered by AWS. You see, those are his ground ball tendencies.
So a couple of healthy rips by Slater. It's 2-2. Remember, he hit that very, very long home run last year off the scoreboard. All three hitters that Gonzalez has faced, he's gone 3-2.
It's been his issue the second half.
And that'll end the inning. Slater strikes out looking. Brewers are coming up. And this is the lineup they'll be watching, the Brewers, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Kane, Yelich, and Shaw. Yelich, look out, he's good. Aguilar got one of the big hits last night. Granderson, Moustakas, and Pena. Orlando Arcia will hit 8th and Gonzalez 9th.
Pitching tonight for the Giants, Chris Stratton, just recently been called back up from AAA 2 starts ago. 4.90 ERA. Does have the team lead in wins with 9. 15 homers allowed. You see it, fastball, change, curveball, slider. Mixing it up a little bit more this time around since he's been called up the last few times.
Center field, Gonzalez, or make that Hernandez. Not a problem. Kane getting after that first pitch.
Defense for the Giants behind Stratton from left to right. Pence, Hernandez, and Slater. Third to first, Longoria and the newly acquired Avellino. First game with the Giants tonight. Tomlinson playing second, Darno first, Garcia catching, and Stratton 2.0 pitching.
Here's Yelich. Yelich last night went 0 for 3. And here he takes just a bit wide.
Well, whatever Ryan Vogelsong said to Stratton when he went back down to AAA has obviously worked. His AAA numbers since then were great, and his last 2 starts were really, really good. Especially one against the Diamondbacks. Pretty offensive. You know, got some pretty big offensive team coming in there in 8 innings.
To 1 delivery to Yelich. Hit to left field. I'm sure you have, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Have you ever had a conversation with Vogie when he was really serious? Like, all right, I'm not, yeah, I'll do whatever you want.
I think he can scare you enough to fix it. He'll just walk up to you. He puts on that Philadelphia charm there.
Yeah, so I can see him pulling Stratton aside and saying, look, We throw a lot alike. Here's Shaw. Shaw with 27 home runs. One of those off of Stratton. He clipped this one good. Gone. And it's 1-0.
Well, he's done it 28 times. That ball was hit well.
Second career home run for Shaw off of Stratton.
Pitchcast is brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. It's the pitch. Gorky's gave it the courtesy run back, but he kind of knew it was going to go a long way.
Here's Aguilar. He can do the same thing, so you got to be careful. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. It's no balls and 1 strike. Aguilar's got 31 home runs. Just a little bit inside. Out of play.
A Mercedes pivotal play last night. Jesus Aguilar, a 2-run double in the bottom of the 7th off Tony Watson to score the go-ahead runs.
I didn't talk to Watson, but I'll bet he thought he threw a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, and we talked about that. It was probably a good pitch, just not a good pitch to him.
Yeah. High and foul. It remains 1-2. Aramis Garcia doing the catching tonight here in Milwaukee. And this is lined to right. And it's going to be over the head of Slater. And that'll be a double for Aguilar. And that'll bring up Curtis Granderson.
Pitch. Just kind of bell tie away. I still think that you have to tie him up. You've got to keep it in on his hands because that bell tie away is he's gonna get you. Last night was down and away, but I think he's just able to get extended. He definitely has power to the opposite field.
Granderson, when it's all said and done, and he's got 12 home runs this year, 37 runs batted in, average right around 250. Look it out. On deck is Moustakas. They've accumulated some punch, haven't they?
They have. And they already had punch. They just brought in more.
Granderson out of play. It stays at 1-2.
I mean, you got the first 2, 4, 6 hitters in the lineup are double-digit homers.
Yeah, Thames isn't playing.
Yeah, Thames in here.
Braun isn't playing.
Yeah.
So it's 2-2. It's jammed and he fouls it out of play. First inning troubles for Stratton, but if you can walk off the mound by just allowing one, and he's going to do that as Granderson goes around, and that'll end the inning. Shaw's home run gives the Brewers the lead. It's 1-0. It's Longoria to lead things off. Looks like our Giants Vacations group is back, huh? Easy to spot them. Longoria takes high. 2 balls and no strikes. There they are. It's a proud group too. Longoria fouls it back. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Strong following, the Giants Vacation group, huh?
Yes, they are.
They have a lot of fun.
They do.
I might have given a few of the people in that crowd, because I saw some faces, the Kringle. And the problem was they kept asking me if I had another one.
Yeah. On the ground to third. Moustakas has it. Here's our BioFreeze moment, powered by BioFreeze. Cool the pain. Dutch Holland last night, very good again. He had a no decision, but he gave up 2 earned runs in 6 innings. Uncharacteristically walked 5, but he struck out 8. A no decision. And we saw him briefly after the game, and he was happy with the way he pitched.
Should be. He should be happy the way he's pitched all year.
Yeah, gave his team a chance to win. Here's Hunter Pence. Hunter on the ground. Arcia 2 down.
Pretty good how the Giants do that, though. It seems like every couple of years they bring in a guy that has just kind of journeyed around, and all of a sudden he finds his. I mean, Ryan Bogensong came back,
yeah,
found his itch. Yet,
absolutely.
Holland doing the same thing, kind of coming in and finding his way and having some good years. Almost revitalizing his career a little bit,
yeah,
probably getting to enjoy the game again.
I mean, think about that. Holland, Suarez, Rodriguez, 3 pretty good.
Yeah.
3 pretty good guys when you start thinking about next year.
Yep. Especially if you're looking at trying to figure out how to get back the Lincecum, Kane, Bumgarner scenario, you have guys in place that, and then you add Bum to that mix as the veteran leader right there. I mean, that's a pretty.
Get some margin back if you can do that.
Yep.
There's Garcia. Garcia pops it up. Shallow right field. Granderson's coming in. And I have no idea how Garcia got a hit on that, but he did. He has definitely got the magic Wandu going.
He does. His first major league at bat right here coming up. I'm excited to watch this. Oh, hey, now that is. Are we going to get that every time? I hope we get that every time. That's going to outdo Pence's. That was awesome.
Abiatal Avellino.
Oh, that was great.
I would say don't try to do that at home, especially if you're over 50.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And he gets the big balloon breaking ball. This is what the NFL's talking about. Here we go. Ready?
Whoop. I mean,
would it be great if he got in the box and did it?
Oh, that would be awesome. Oh.
Swing. You're going to miss. It's 1-2.
Going back to Garcia, I'm beginning to think he thinks that the baseball fields in the big leagues are bigger because everything drops when he hits
I have
it.
not seen a ball drop in right field like that ever. Got him on a high fastball, and that'll end the inning. It's 1-0 Milwaukee. And on Saturday, the 15th, at AT&T Park, the first 40,000 fans are going to receive an Alaskan Airlines 2-for-1 voucher. And you're also going to be able to watch the Giants and the Rockies. Now, you can buy directly from the Giants at sfgiants.com. Remember, there used to be the Virgin American 2-for-1. But now, those airlines have come together. Here's Moustakas. Moustakas looks like a guy that's going to hit home runs. He's got 25 this year. He was in that group of free agents at the end of spring training that were still looking for a job.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
And he ended up re-signing with Kansas City for 1 year. To left for Hunter Pence. Easy, Hunter, and he puts it away. I don't think that one was as easy as we thought it was going to be. Well, he came in really hard, and then you got to put on the brakes. And
yeah, but that's kind of a normal thing for him, charging in super fast right there, and then, and that's probably an off day of coffee every other hour. Yesterday coffee, and then all day today coffee.
Yeah, every coffee house that I walked by today that was not a nationally branded coffee house, I thought he's in there. And there are like 5 of them. This is Pena. And Pena takes inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Down the right field line. It's a short distance there, and it's foul. Easy, big fella.
He is really excited.
See, there's some guys that have been in the parking lot for too long.
Better watch out. $5 going to get snapped.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
Oh, hit him in the belly.
No, hey.
Okay. I think he's in a lot of pain, and he's just trying to distract himself.
Oh, those are my people you're talking about now. One and two. 2-2 with Orlando Arcia to follow. Travis Shaw, solo home run off the dark hitter's eye in straightaway center field. Got him. Good curveball. It's best for Stratton if he could save that pitch until he gets 2 strikes out of those hitters.
Because he starts it out. That looks almost like his fastball coming out of his hand, and it just falls off the table. But it has to be late like that. You want the late break. If it breaks too early, it's a hanger. And it just, or they read it out of your hand, and it'll be too low. Or you want it to break late in the swing zone. And when he has it going like that, you'll get guys swinging at it. Even if they know it's coming, they'll still swing at it.
Arcia hitting .218. You can see he takes a very large gliding stride, which means he's not trying to hit a hard ground ball somewhere. Two balls and 1 strike. Stratton has thrown, this will be pitch number 30, which is about right on track. He's got the pitcher on deck, Gio Gonzalez. There's that healthy rip that we were anticipating. It's 3-2. And the walk, and that's the first one. So Gonzalez will hit here in the first inning. It's 3 for 44. And Gonzalez lifts one out of play. Little flare down the right field line, and it's a foul ball. It's 0-2. The Nationals and Cubs had their game started late due to rain. Remember, they got rained out last night, and it's a lopsided score. The Nationals are leading the Cubs 10-1, but that's just game one of a doubleheader. So both teams and broadcasters and staffs are going to be at that ballpark. I'll bet longer than 12 hours today.
Doubleheaders in Wrigley are really tough.
This is in Washington.
Oh, they are in Washington. It's a little better.
And the
clubhouse is a little bit bigger.
If you get a 2-3 hour rain delay before game one of a doubleheader.
Yeah. Problem is, guys start to relax during that time. They don't stay focused to compete.
And Gonzalez will strike out on that breaking ball to end the inning. So 3 strikeouts in the game, and Gorkis is going to lead things off. California Ford dealers on this date 61 years ago. The Giants and Dodgers played each other in New York for the final time. It was on Willie Mays went 2 for 4 with a triple. Hank Sauer hit a 2-run home run off of Don Drysdale. Giants won 3-2. The two rivals faced off over 1,400 times in New York, and the Giants led the series 722 to 671. And I guess there were ties in baseball back then.
There were. I read about that. Still 1,400 times. There's only like 6 teams.
Yep. Played each other every other weekend. Here's Gorkis Hernandez, who takes a strike. He said 242. Pops one down the right field line for Granderson, and Granderson this time makes a sliding catch.
It's a good play.
Yeah.
It's really hard to catch a ball like that sliding. But it's almost, I wonder if it's easier to kick, because when they're running, the ball's bouncing in their eyes. So a lot of guys like to slide like that because it smooths the ball out when they're trying to catch it.
Helps you stop
and not slam into the wall. Good point.
Easier on your knees. Here's Stratton. Stratton's 4 for 37. And he takes outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. And a strike. Top of the order. And they're going to say Stratton went around. It's 1 and 2. All right, kid, you still got a strike left. Let it fly. Although if you hit it to Granderson, run hard. Because he is playing very shallow and he's going to throw you out. 1 curveball to another curveball.
Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
Here's Darno. Darno trying to run into one, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Outfield straight away. Shaw, the second baseman for Milwaukee, playing Darno to pull. Darno takes high. Used to see a little bit more out of Gio Gonzalez's fastball, but now he's kind of settled in at 90-91.
He's having to mix and match a little bit more, though, too. He's throwing more changeups and curveballs. You saw the percentages there. It's changeup right there. As guys get older, their arm speed just gets a little bit slower, and they start losing ticks on their fastball. When that happens, it gets exposed if they know how to pitch. I mean, and Gio's obviously trying to work through that. Saw that with Bumgarner. He came down a few ticks, but he's done so well because he understands how to pitch.
And he gets Darno to chase for his 5th strikeout. Top of the order coming up. It's 1-0 Milwaukee.
pretzel ramen. Last night, Alan Hansen's solar homer off Chase Anderson had an exit velocity of 102.1 miles an hour, 388 feet at 27 degrees on the launch angle. And he now has the same number of home runs as he does walks in the season.
All right.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know if it's cool or not. Is it a positive? He didn't have enough bats. It's got to be a positive.
Let's see. Walks and home runs. Yeah. If you're a speed guy, you probably want a few more walks. Line drive right field. Slater. Dave Fleming's here. I want you to notice no cords. Darren Chan cleaning it up a little bit. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah.
The Band-Aid. Look right there.
He's got the angry look, doesn't he? Yeah.
Way to use your head.
Here's Yelich. It's a swing and a miss. Oh. So he's still mad. Look at him. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen DC mad, but he's got that look.
He even walked off camera to count to 10 to cool off.
Yeah, or I was kind of looking over my shoulders. Waiting for. Hey. We've read about some altercations in other teams' TV booths. Nothing yet with radio actually attacking TV.
Yet.
2-1 to Yelich. 3-1 to Yelich. Yelich said, all right, I'm going to get a fastball here, and I'm going to take advantage of it. Got him.
Next homestand, the Rockies are in town September 14th through Sunday the 16th. And it's our annual Peanuts Day on Friday, September 14th. Receive a Peanuts Giants messenger bag and watch the Giants take on the Rockies. Come out and celebrate Charlie Brown and the gang. Visit sfgiants.com/special events for tickets. Not my era.
No, well, it's,
I didn't watch a lot of that.
you know, you still took a lunchbox to school, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd take that one to school.
Yeah. Shaw hit the home run to center field in the first inning. Trying to hit another one. Watch how it looks like when a hitter gets both cheeks into one. .423. I think it hit above the batter's eye.
Yeah.
High fastball popped back and out of play.
Not trying to be a Tommy Topper here, but I did give one up off the screen one time.
You did?
Yeah. Some guy named Prince Fielder decided to hit a fastball off me that.
I'm surprised he hit you at all. There's a dribbler foul.
He didn't really hit me after that. I think what happened was I just decided not to throw him fastballs away.
I remember Fielder pulling a couple down the line off of Zito.
Yep.
Look out. Moves him back. It's not a bad pitch. 2-2.
It's a purpose pitch right there, and I like it.
Yeah, move a guy back. That's it. You have to get him. Four for 13, 2 home runs and a double. Fielder off of Affel.
That was all in the same week.
Hit to right. And Slater at the last second reaches up. And he makes the catch to end the inning. Dave Fleming will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. It's 1-0 Milwaukee.
Games on NBCSportsBayArea.com and the NBC Sports app, brought to you by your NorCal Honda dealers. And it is 1-0 Milwaukee over San Francisco in the top of the 4th. And joining me is Dave Fleming.
Oh, what an introduction tonight. The bunt and got him. Wow. Kelby Tomlinson went skidding into the dirt. The glasses might have come off, and he's out trying to bunt his way aboard. Not a bad idea, and it was a pretty good bunt.
I think what saved him, what saved Gio, was he actually skipped the ball to first base. See right here, sometimes it picks up speed sometimes when it does that. You'll see shortstops sometimes when they can't do it, they try to skip it through there.
I mean, it's definitely something that infielders will do from time to time in a certain situation. Whether Gonzalez was trying to do that or not,
he was definitely not trying to do that.
It worked, and he did get him. That was a good play by Aguilar on the other end as well. So not a bad idea from Kelby Tomlinson. Slater behind the count 0-1. Slater, who struck out looking, and I think couldn't believe that he took the pitch that he took for strike 3 his first time up.
Yeah, 3-2 middle away. I mean, that's kind of something you want to swing hard at, you know.
Yep.
Sometimes I think the hitters, they always say, I just couldn't pull the trigger. Like, it's a weird thing. It's locked up.
Kind of defensive there. Arcia, who's a good defensive player, 2 down. That's why he's in the lineup. Orlando Arcia has not had a very good hitting year, but he is really talented at shortstop. Brandon Crawford's got some guys in the National League who are pushing him a little bit. Freddie Galvis has had a really good defensive year for the Padres. This kid's good. Evan Longoria, second time against the veteran left-hander. I figured this would be a guy that Longoria would enjoy facing. Enjoy might be strong, but I think this is a good matchup for Longoria.
Well, I haven't really complained a whole lot about the call that's been being made behind home plate, but you can't call the one before that a ball and then throw in the same spot and call it a strike, because now Longoria doesn't know what to do. So he swings at that.
It does. It all sort of has a cascading impact. And the Giants are not making excuses about their offense and about this road trip, but I think they are feeling a little bit picked on. Whether it's the calls last night, a couple here. I mean, there's been some really impactful moments that have not gone the Giants' way. 2-2. He hit that one to center. Not quite deep enough. Lorenzo Cain, excellent center fielder, puts it away. So the Giants go down in order midway through 4. It's 1-0 Brewers.
The San Francisco Giants may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Beautiful night again here in Wisconsin. 1-0 Brewers as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And Chris Stratton back to work against the 4, 5, 6 hitters of Milwaukee. Giants have pitched pretty well in this series. 2 games now. Lost last night 4-2. Aguilar had the big hit, knocked in 2 to break the tie late in the game. He is 1 for 1 in this game with a double. Well, and I think, Jeremy, you pitched for a long time at this level. Chris Stratton has to be feeling like he cannot make many mistakes tonight. Giants offense has had a quiet road trip tonight. You got no Belt, no Crawford, putting aside no Posey, no McCutchen. It's a shorthanded offensive team, and Gio Gonzalez right now. Giants have 1 bloop hit. That's it through 4 innings.
Yeah, and it'll happen. It'll happen with pitchers. I mean, you know it's going to be a close game. You don't have a lot of room for error. You tend to pitch a little differently from time to time, and sometimes if you're too careful, you'll make the very mistake you're trying to be careful of. You have to have just confidence that I'm going to make these pitches, and I'm going to give them my best shot. But it is putting a lot of pressure on the pitching staff when you don't have a lot of runs coming across.
Good hitters count here. Aguilar takes ball 4. So Stratton has walked 2 tonight. He hadn't walked anybody in about a month. 3 starts, which goes back about a month for Chris Stratton coming into tonight's game. And maybe that's part of what we're talking about. Aguilar's got big power. He's had some impressive swings.
Yeah, he's got power the opposite way too. I mean, he showed it last night and again today. He's putting 2 balls over there with some pretty good thunder and some speed going over those outfielders' heads. So he definitely mind-boggling how a Cleveland Indians group would give up on this guy. Or it was Cleveland, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Came up with Cleveland, was not protected, was let go, signed as a minor league free agent by the Brewers, who have added a lot of pieces over the last couple of years. I mean, this has been a roster that has turned over despite winning a lot of games. They were a contending team last year. This year, they're contending again right now. They would be the top wild card team in the National League if the season ended right now. Anderson takes a ball. It's 2-0. They made all kinds of moves around the deadline, and not just in July, but also at the end of August to help Craig Counsell's team.
And the guy hitting right now is kind of a guy. It's interesting. It seems like every time he gets traded, it's to a playoff contender right in the middle of the race. I mean, he's had a lot of. I mean, last year was L.A., right?
Yep.
Now it's Milwaukee. I tell you, this guy has got a lot of playoff experience, but it shows you what kind of leader teams think he is and can help out in the clubhouse as well.
I think that's true. He's got a great reputation, well earned, of being a good guy, good teammate, will accept any role, can come off the bench. He's got power. You figure this ballpark, he would hit some over the wall.
Yeah.
Yanked that one foul. Full count, 3-2. Well, he came up in last night's game, Curtis Granderson did, and drew the walk that started the rally that ended up deciding the game as a pinch hitter. 3-2. Aguilar not going anywhere, and he takes ball 4. Now that's back-to-back walks issued by Stratton here in the 4th inning.
But I think, again, that's. I'm not making excuses for his walks because no one likes free passes. Managers don't like free passes. But if you saw how he walked him, 3-2 breaking ball, no outs, guy on first base. In some ways, they'd say that's probably high risk, high reward type pitch, but not something you want to miss with. But it's because the game is so close. He's got some power. You're probably trying to think, I don't want to give him anything to drive. I need to make this pitch, and unfortunately, it didn't work out.
And now you got problems because Moustakas has power. That's one thing about facing the Brewers is you got power up and down the lineup. So the 2 walks mean a rally for Milwaukee. Moustakas, who popped out his first time up, not playing every day with the Brewers, has not swung the bat great since coming over in the trade from Kansas City. Curveball for a strike. It's 0-2.
That's a pitcher's pitch. That curveball right there is pretty much impossible to do anything with. Hitter's got to just take it. You know, if he could do that often, he would. Man, that would. He'd go on to another level of being a pitcher. It's a hard pitch to make though too.
0-2 and slash fair. With the defense shifted, Aguilar's going to be sent around. Pence plays the carom. The throw to third is too late. Moustakas into second. It's 2-0 Brewers. In an 0-2 count, Mike Moustakas beats the defense going down the left field line.
0-2, and they tried to go in right there. That you saw him set up in. You saw he wanted it in, and he missed it away. Emergency hack, ball was up out of off the top of the zone, but when that happens, you get defensive, and that ball is going to do that. It's just going to react off the bat and go right down. I mean, that was probably 6 inches from being foul. I mean, unfortunately, it came at a really bad time. But when you go up like that, if you don't hit your location, and that's why I feel a lot of time. I know guys like to change eye level. I just feel like sometimes 0-2. When you're trying to throw up, you have to go higher than high, because if you don't get it up there, those guys have to protect, and they'll shoot balls down the line like that if you miss.
Good example of that. Infield playing in, and a chopper from Pena right to the young shortstop Avellino. So that helps. A big first out Granderson had to hold. A Run in 2-0 Brewers. Set up for more after the double. Second and third no outs. Now second and third one out with the 8th place hitter up, Arcia. And the pitcher coming up next.
I think that's the first ground ball our new shortstop has gotten tonight, isn't
That's
it?
his first play that he's made as a big league defensive player.
Didn't even look nervous.
Bruce Bochy asked him just kind of playfully before the game, "You nervous?" And his answer for his manager before his first major league start, "Not yet." Arcia to center field, and that's going to be plenty deep enough to get Granderson home. Gorkis makes a catch. Moustakis is going to go to third. 3-0.
That's where that second walk bites you when you threw that 3-2 curveball that you're just trying to stay away from something big, and it ended up. That's what can happen a lot.
Yep,
right
that
there.
walk turned into a run. A good base running by Granderson to get to third on the double. And a good job by Arcia. That's where the 8th place hitter has pressure on him with one out to get that run home, not to leave it up to the pitcher, and he got the job done. So now Gio Gonzalez, who struck out his first time up. Not a good hitting pitcher, but you have to treat him like a hitter with that runner at third. You can't just groove one.
Is that because he got hit in the knee or shin?
Yeah, Tom Hallion coming to check on Phil Cuzzy, make sure he's okay.
Oh,
Well, he got it in the knee and the arm. I think he got it right on that knee.
and it's got a knee pad there, part of that shin guard, but it probably hit him just perfect where it still probably stung him right there on top of that knee. It probably didn't, obviously didn't feel all that great. They make ice for that after the game.
Get in the tub, Phil. 0-2. A 2-run inning for the Brewers, and the 2 walks to start the inning both have come around to score. The 2 walks to start the inning in the 7th last night both came around to score.
And that's where the Giants, they've been snake bit a little bit by it, because that's how everybody's like, how do the Giants keep out hitting teams, and teams have like 3 hits and 5 runs? Well, that's how they have 3 hits and 5 runs. You walk too many guys, next thing you know, the 2-run homer, it's 1 hit. Now they're, you know, and it happened in Colorado a little bit. It happened here last night, and that's how that happens. Is you're giving free passes in areas you don't want to give free passes to.
1-2, got him swinging. Yep, you're right. Last night the Giants gave up 3 hits and lost. Tonight they've given up 3 hits, and they trailed 3-0 through 4. Post-game live 1 hour before and after every game, and the season begins tomorrow afternoon. Greg Papa, Dante Whitner, Jeff Garcia will be your hosts all the way through right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. In-depth 49ers coverage every night on NBCSportsBayArea.com with Matt Mayoko, the home of the authentic 49ers fan, right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. I cannot wait for Jimmy Garoppolo and the Niners to start their year. They're starting here in the upper Midwest, not too far from Milwaukee. They will be in Minnesota tomorrow afternoon.
Right.
We were checking out the TV map to make sure we could watch the game. Oh, look who's here. It's the triplets plus one. Dwayne has, how many family members are here between nieces, nephews, grandnieces, cousins? I think there were about 80 Kuiper family members, not all Kuipers, but of the extended family. I think there were 80 of them who were here before the game in the parking lot.
I would have said more than that. I thought the whole upper deck was the Kuiper clan.
And you can imagine what they were doing in the parking lot. They were tailgating, which is what people here do.
Brats, cheese. What else?
Well, some cold ones, definitely, for sure.
Local cold ones, yeah. Assuming it's Miller, you can't come to Miller Park and then have like Budweiser, right?
I think you got to go with the park name.
Yeah.
2-2 to Hunter Pence. Lots of Giants fans are enjoying the ballpark fare. Can I let you in on a little secret?
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't really a secret, I don't think, but I mean, they're famous for the brats and the sausages here. I think at AT&T Park, our Sheboygan. Have you ever had an AT&T Park Sheboygan?
No. I've never even, I didn't even know something was called a Sheboygan. So
yes, we have a Sheboygan. It's a certain kind of sausage. Sheboygan is a town here in Wisconsin.
I've been cultured.
Yeah, we're teaching you. Pence line drive base hit into right center field, and that one all the way out to the warning track. Pence going to test the arm of Granderson, and he's in there with a leadoff double. How about that? Second hit of the night for the Giants. I'll finish the point. Our Sheboygan in San Francisco is better than any of the ones they sell here in Milwaukee.
Really?
People here would get upset about that, but that's the truth. Yeah, that guy not happy. It's true, though. If you've never had one at the ballpark, next time you come to a Giants game.
I think I'm going to do that. A Sheboygan.
Yep. Here's Aramis Garcia. We watched him take batting practice, and Bruce Bochy and I were doing the Bruce Bochy show, and all of a sudden you heard these sounds like explosions. Garcia was hitting him off the scoreboard in batting practice. I mean, just monster home runs that were hitting that sort of tin siding around the video board. And needless to say, the manager perked up. Who's that?
Yeah.
He was looking around into the see who was in the cage.
That's good.
He's got big time power.
And he seems to be finding like a hole every. We were talking about earlier. It seemed, I think that when he came to the big leagues, he thought the field must have gotten bigger because everything he hits falls out there. Either falls over the fence or in front of a guy.
He is not complaining.
No.
Had a blue pit his first time up. He's got Pence at second with nobody out. And the Giants need some offense. 0-2. Struck him out swinging on that high fastball.
And he still is leading the team in batting average.
Even with that strikeout.
Yeah. It's at like 480.
Yep. Small sample.
Oh, he did it again.
Again.
This is going to be awesome. He needs to play every day so I can watch that scenario.
Yeah, I mean, over the years we've had some interesting on-deck circle maneuvers. Hunter Pence's practice swings, but we got a new one.
I mean, they need to make a T-shirt of that. The different phases of Avellino before he hits down. I mean, that is great. I don't really understand what that's going to help him do, but
we're going to have to ask him. We literally are all seeing him for the first time. That's a changeup over the outside. It's 0-2. This is his first major league game. First time in a Giants uniform. He has never played a minor league game with the Giants. And maybe went to Arizona and worked out for a few days, but wow, I don't think he actually got into a game. I guess I should actually check that before I say it. That ball hit foul. Oh,
he actually
played
got into 3 games with the River Cats, from what I know. I checked it. I checked on it. So you're wrong.
Yeah, I am wrong. Dead wrong.
I just wanted to be the first to correct you.
Yeah,
since you always correct me.
Thank you. Well, all right, I'll look for a spot now. Return the favor. So he did play 3 games with Sacramento. Looking for his first big league hit. Pops that one foul. And beyond the reach of Pena, just barely.
Wow.
That's a wig, right?
I think that's the Joe Dirt wig, possibly. Joe Dirt, isn't that the wig that he wore? You're not really
what language are you speaking?
The movie Joe Dirt. You ever seen that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. Joe Dirt. In the dirt. 1 and 2. Yeah, this looks good. I'll wear this to the park tonight. This is a town that likes to have fun.
Oh, they do.
They don't take themselves too seriously here. Gonzalez steps off. This will be a good time for the kid's first big league hit.
Get an RBI out of it.
A good cut there on the high fastball. Well, the Giants are anxious to see him play, work him out in the infield. He's been taking a lot of ground balls at shortstop the last few days, but he can play at second also. Giants have talked about maybe getting him a chance to play in the outfield. That's a good take on a changeup.
Real good take. 1-2.
Got a piece of it. This will be the 9th pitch of the at bat for the kid. 23 years old, native of the Dominican Republic.
Been with the Yankees since he was 16 before this, right?
Yep, signed when he was 16 years old. Giants were one of the teams way back then. Oh, we're going to get it again. Look at that. That is an interesting way to stretch before you take a swing. Giants worked him out when he was a teenager.
Really?
Ended up signing with the Yankees. And has steadily climbed his way up the ladder. His first big league game here tonight. Another 2-2. And he takes strike 3 called, and that was a very generous strike call from Phil Cuzzy. So 2 down, and up comes Gorkis Hernandez. Well, I guess when you're a rookie, you can't.
Yeah, and
you can't say much.
That's just kind of, it is what it is. Sometimes you're just like, welcome to the big leagues, man. Too close to take. I'm going to give it to a veteran over a rookie. I got, so you got to sometimes roll with the punches there. But it is an unfair call because I don't even think he could have hit that if he swung at it.
He had a good at bat. Called out on strike 3. So now Gorkis Hernandez. He takes ball 1. The pitcher's spot is due up next. And Gregor Blanco has a bat in the on deck circle. So if the Giants could keep this inning going, Giants might well take Chris Stratton out of the game and go for it here. 1-1. We got Ty Block warming up.
And that's unfortunately when you haven't been winning a whole lot and you need to score runs and you're trying everything you can, that'll shorten some of these pitchers' outings because you've got to do whatever you got to do to try to get some runs across.
That's a pop up, so it's not going to come up. Moustakas for out number 3. Giants get a leadoff double but do not score. We go to the bottom of the 5th in Milwaukee. 3-0 Brewers.
Monday, September 16th, it's Star Wars Day. Your special event package includes a Giants Cantina rubber match statuette and a ticket to watch the Giants take on the Rockies. See you and your fellow Jedi Masters at AT&T Park. Visit sfgiants.com/special events for your tickets. Young Jedi.
Yep. Giants need a little Jedi magic here in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Trailing 3-0, bottom 5, top of the order now, 3rd time through against Chris Stratton. This will be a challenge for him. Against these hitters, there's that wide strike zone. It's 0-2 to Lorenzo Cain.
The Force. We need the Force to be with us right now.
Only the Cubs and the Red Sox. Cain, ground ball to Tomlinson. For out number 1, have gotten more production from the 1-2 spots in their batting order than the Brewers, and it's almost every day it's been the 2 new guys, Cain and Christian Yelich.
Both All-Stars, right? They both All-Stars?
Yep.
Yeah. 308. Well, coming into the game, 308 and 314. Both have power, speed.
Giants, I'm sure, are a little frustrated too. It goes to show there's a reason why the Brewers are 80 and 62, because the Giants have pitched Cain and Yelich really well in these 2 games. Really well. Yelich to center field. Is that some of that power? Gorkis looks up. Gone. It is. Pretty impressive swing.
That was a low line drive too. It wasn't like a towering fly ball. Ball had something behind it, but that's what this team is built for. Like, they've been built to hit homers here. I mean, he's having a career year, obviously. MVP candidate, 28th homer on the year, over 300, probably going to drive into 100 RBIs this year. Can't make a lot of mistakes to these guys.
You can't, and in this ballpark especially. You make a mistake, and a lot of times they hit it out. Not just hit it hard, hit it out. And here's Shaw, who hit a booming home run in the first inning. His 28th. That was Yelich's 28th. The guy in the on-deck circle has 31. Giants team leader has 15. It's a different ballpark, totally different hitting environment, but Brewers have 7 hitters in their lineup with at least 15 home runs.
Yeah.
Or on their roster with at least 15.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Like all these guys with the homers, but you don't even have Thames in there hitting.
Yep.
You know, Braun.
Jonathan Scope, they traded for him. He's got 20 home runs on the year. Only one team's hit more in the National League than the Brewers, and that's the Dodgers. We're up to 197 now on the year. Shaw, a pop-up. Longoria has room but couldn't quite catch it, and that's where there was no rail there. Those stairs. I think Longoria thought he took that last step and maybe thought he was going to go right down the stairs.
Yeah, you kind of run in there and you kind of sticking your glove out, but you hit those. When you first hit those stairs, I mean, you can slip real easy on that stuff. And I think he was thinking, getting a little too close here. Hit the brakes, stick the glove out. 2 inches.
2-2. Full count now. Got him swinging. Good fastball from Chris Stratton. That's his 6th strikeout. 2 down here in the 5th. For Jesus Aguilar. Aguilar has doubled, walked, scored a run. Stratton hasn't gotten him out yet. Starts him off with the curveball. That is a big league pop-up.
But that is where you throw him. It's a well-executed pitch to him.
So he gets him out for the first time. Gives up the home run to Yelich. Brewers add to their lead. It's 4-0 through 5 in Milwaukee. Gio Gonzalez has used all his weapons tonight against the Giants.
He has. That's a fastball. He's went high with a fastball. He's went down with his breaking ball. He's thrown his changeup away. I mean, he's just kind of, he's taken, he only has 3 pitches. It's not like he throws 4 or 5 different pitches at you, but he's used all 3 of those pretty efficiently.
He's got 7 strikeouts through 5 innings and has only given up 2 hits to the Giants. Gregor Blanco batting for Chris Stratton. So Stratton will go 5 and be finished for the game. There's that curveball. 1-1 to Blanco. Pitch number 79 from the lefty on the ground. Aguilar. Kind of a weird feed and not a good one. Gonzalez tried to barehand it. Blanco will reach base safely. And I don't know, not a just a totally routine play, but once he got to the ball, that should be an error.
Backhand. It's almost like he backhanded it and then tried to go around his body and flip it at the same time. Gio's just hoping he doesn't have his Achilles snap, you know, stepping on the bag wrong. Just trying to protect that.
So that's a gift for the Giants. Base runner. Blanco aboard with nobody out, and the top of the order coming up. We'll see if the Brewers at some point here in the 6th inning start to get the bullpen going. Right there on the inside corner for a strike. On the ground could be 2. Arcia, that's 1. Darno not in time, just too fast for the Brewers to turn the double play. So at least able to stay out of the double play. One out for Kelby Tomlinson. Tomlinson has walked and tried to bunt for a hit, and it took a really good play by Gio Gonzalez to throw him out. Was not in the original starting lineup. Brandon Belt was in there as the only left-handed hitter in this spot in the order. But what, about a half hour before game time, Giants announced that Belt was not going to start. Soreness in his knee. So Tomlinson into that spot on the lineup, and Darno moved over to play first base. 1-1. First time those two have worked together tonight. Young catcher and the Giants starter Stratton. 85 pitches in 5 innings. The 3 walks were costly. Gave up 2 home runs, but the 2 walks back to back in the 4th inning led to 2 runs.
Yeah, those homers, they're not necessarily, solo homers are not necessarily always going to beat you. But the walks and the multiple run innings because of walks, that tends to be what gets you out of the game quicker. Bochy sees a homer here, a homer there. Those happen, but
especially in this part. 2-2 on the ground to third. And Moustakas is going to take the out at first. Two outs, runner in scoring position for Austin Slater.
And his ball was elevated. I mean, if you're, those guys down there keep track of that situation, and you're seeing 2 ground balls all night. They've hit all fly balls and line drives, and you're thinking, hey, these guys hit for a lot of thump. Like, we probably don't need to be playing with fire by giving up a ton of fly balls here with these guys. So I think Bochy just got him through 5, and he said, all right, I'm going to switch it up here and get a ground ball guy in and see what we can do there. Block can get some ground balls.
Well, let's see if Slater can get the Giants on the board. First pitch curve, drops in for a strike. Giants manager was talking to us before the game about, among other things, with this Giants offense, he'd like to see some of these Giants hitters, maybe not Tomlinson and guys like that built for this, but I think his term was letting it go a little bit.
Yep. He's one of them.
I think Austin Slater can be one of them. You're right.
I mean, he hit that ball almost 340 feet right down the line, foul, opposite field. He has power. I think sometimes you just got to almost get these guys to identify with the fact that, hey, no, you have power. It's okay to utilize that power. We need to start working on figuring out a way for you to gain that power consistently and knowing what balls to swing really hard at to give us some homers. And sometimes it's a learning curve for some of these guys up here to figure that out about themselves.
Oh, 2 ripped into left field, base hit. D'Arnaud coming around, and Ron Wotus is going to send him. Here comes the throw. 1 hop, tag, out. Well, it stings when you're down 4 runs. The Giants want to check. It's hard to blame the Giants for trying to take advantage of a hit with a runner in scoring position. They are going to challenge, so we'll see. Maybe D'Arnaud got the hand on the plate before the tag. Giants want to look at it.
And he went to the side right there, and he came across the side of him, and I think Pena had to come across his body, so it looked like it was a pretty. Oh, he might have. He actually slid a little later than I thought.
It was a late slide.
He's safe.
I think he did get the cleat on the plate before the tag. That left foot almost got stuck in the dirt. He slid so late on that little stutter step, and yet somehow that's a pretty athletic move.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is pretty, and not get hurt, because you could blow out your knee doing it like that. Well, I mean, some of us would blow out our knee doing that. The athletes usually don't, but.
Our replay review presented by Xfinity as they take a look. Let's see if D'Arnaud got the foot in there ahead of the tag. I think he did.
I think he did too.
So the umpires in New York are trying to decide.
You know what? Sometimes these plays take longer, and everybody's like, "Why does it take them so long?" I talked to Teddy Barrett about that a little bit this offseason.
Okay, what did he say?
He said, "I know it seems like we take a long time, but there's 2 things. We could be reviewing another play from another game, and also we have to get the feed from the stadium, and if that takes a little bit to get into us, we're waiting on the feed. So it's not necessarily they're waiting on us. Sometimes we're waiting on them to get us the feed, and so that's why it takes a little longer, which was a good thing for me to hear, because I thought a lot of times they take way too long to make some of these calls. And so it was good to hear that.
Well, there's enough gray area where I'm not 100% sure that they're going to overturn the call.
That right there shows me they should. There's air right there. But you're right. It's got to be.
The evidence is supposed to be indisputable to overturn the call on the field.
Well, it's indisputable for me.
I thought so too. I mean, I thought that the foot was there just ahead of the tag.
I read Bochy's lips right there. He goes, "What are they waiting on? Everybody can see it." But that is what, and I think they need to start letting teams know this. Like,
safe. So the Giants are on the board. Austin Slater knocks in a run. Chase D'Arnaud safe with his slide. And the inning goes on. It's 4-1. That's a big call. Big challenge by the Giants, who've been the 2nd best team in the big leagues in terms of challenge percentage Giants have been very good winning their challenges this year, and they do it again.
Who do you think one of the worst is?
Well, the Brewers are the worst. The Brewers have the
22 or
Brewers
something.
have the lowest percentage in all of big league baseball, and with that overturn, the Brewers are going to make a pitching change. All in all, you have to think they're happy with the Milwaukee debut of Gio Gonzalez. He'll get a good ovation. But a pitching change coming. Giants on the board. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
Customize your experience to catch every moment of this season. Get Giants home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today.
It's a long list, isn't it?
And there's more, obviously.
And more.
Yeah.
Well, the Giants are on the board. Dave Fleming, Jeremy Affeld, who's just gotten so good at that MLB at bat read. Corey Knebel takes over on the mound. This guy was their closer for a good long while. He's got 14 saves. He's coming into pitch here in the 6th inning. So his role has changed to runner at first. And Evan Longoria comes to the plate. 4-1 Milwaukee. Nice to see Austin Slater hit a ball very hard. Knock in a run. Giants needed that.
Yep. Turned on it.
So Knebel, who's got closer kind of stuff. 0-1 on the foul ball.
Well, they got a lot of closers down there now.
They do.
You're starting to see some of these teams that are in the hunt. They're going and getting closers or ex-closers, guys that have closed a little, but they're because it's a mentality that these guys have, and they've done it.
Giants have done some of that. And not adding at the deadline, but the Giants have a bullpen full of guys who have experience pitching the 9th inning.
Yep.
The Giants, once they fell behind last time, they had Hader and Soria and Jeffress, 3 pretty good relievers. Those are the best that the Brewers have to offer.
Yeah, and that Hader guy, he
he's
can
good.
Easily close for 29 other teams in the big leagues. That guy's. I can see why they're utilizing him the way they are, but he is that guy. That's some of the nastiest stuff I've seen in a long time.
And he's willing to do it. The role that the Brewers have asked of him. He's very good at that. 0-2. Longoria to center field. Kane back, and he's got lots of room out there to make the catch. Out number 3. Giants get a run, though. Austin Slater knocks in Chase Darno. Replay helped. It's 4-1 Milwaukee. Baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area, home of the authentic fan. From Miller Park in Milwaukee, we got lots of Giants fans here this weekend. Watching the Giants and the Brewers, game 2 of this 3-game series. Orange and black everywhere in Wisconsin. Who knows, maybe some Giants fans are going to head across to Minneapolis for the Niners opener tomorrow. Maybe. Giants on the board here, 4-1. Bottom of the 6th. A new pitcher when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. It is Ty Block to take over. 13 starts, 42 appearances. Chris Stratton goes 5, and now it's Block out of the Giants pen.
Ty Block, 42 games, 13 starts, 43rd appearance, 4.3 ERA. Been kind of a guy that has done everything they needed a guy to do. He's mixed and matched. He's
comfortable in this role. He gets that first pitch swing. Keon Broxton as a pinch hitter for Granderson. Hit a comebacker. 1 away. So Broxton is out. Up comes Mike Moustakas.
He's Block's one of the kind of guys, for me, I wouldn't say stuff has him at the big league level. I think his competitive spirit, I think his ability to compete with the stuff that he has puts him at the big league level. And a lot of times this is like a situation where those kind of guys are the ones that can stay in the big leagues longer because they gut it out and they execute when needed.
I think a little more refinement with the off-speed stuff for Block, and he can take another big step forward. Because I'm with you. I mean, even though the stuff, he doesn't light up the radar gun. We have seen some really impressive moments from Block. That one is drilled to right field. Blanco now in right at the wall to make the catch. 2 down. Well, they have the world famous sausage race here in Milwaukee tonight. It wasn't much of a race, was it? Bruce Bochy, get out of the way. Chorizo's coming.
Yeah, I mean, he started. I mean, the guys we picked didn't even start.
It was like he got a head start.
It's a race for second from the start. And that last out right there. Now, that last out, Blanco made that look easy, but that's a weird part of the park right there. And he had to get a pretty good first step jump on that ball. And I was actually surprised when he hit it that he was already over there and he was in that area. That was it's a talented outfielder, and that's why they brought him back, and that's why he came back up, because he can play the defense with the best of them. He's a great outfielder and takes great routes. And
just the other day was saying how when he went down to AAA, what was the guy's name? Jordan Schaefer, who hit the ball that he made the catch on in Kane's perfect game.
Yeah. Who
converted to pitching, and the Giants signed him. He was in the minor leagues with the Giants, and that's 6 years ago, that Kane perfect game. Blanco said he went down first day. Schaefer walks across the locker room, comes right up to him and go, "How'd you catch that ball?"
Yeah, that's great. First thing.
Didn't say hi.
That for years.
6 years he waited to ask him that. 2-2. And Blanco told us when he was telling that story, he had a big smile on his face, and then he sort of got serious and said, well, I saw the catcher setting up. I knew the count. I knew the situation. He said I had about a half-step head start. I was already leaning and going in that direction, and that's why I could make that catch.
And that's why he's a really good outfielder, because he, just thinking about all that, you know, is pretty impressive.
A lot to process. Gregor Blanco still getting it done. Kipe will come back and join Jeremy, who's going to read some more spots right after this.
Park. On Monday, September 10th, it's Game of Thrones night. Your special event package includes a dragon bobblehead standing atop the AT&T Park clock tower. Super scary. And a ticket to see the Giants take on the Braves. Visit sfgiants.com/special events for your tickets. Top of the 7th, 4-1 Brewers over Giants. And rejoining me, Mr. Dwayne Kuiper.
You almost make it sound like, thankfully, Fleming is out of here.
Well, yesterday I announced it as, and joining me, Dave Fleming. And he's like, that was, you know, so he's a little upset.
He wanted a little bit more, huh?
So I gave him a little bit more today. So I'm kind of in the zealous mode.
Okay, so you gave him some juice.
Yeah.
Broxton stays in the game. He's in right field. Knebel stays in the game. He got the last out on the Longoria fly ball. And the pitch is outside for a ball to make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Knebel to Pence. Pretty good pitch at the knees.
97 on the black. The knee is pretty strong.
So
Scenario.
on deck is Garcia. Big swing and a miss. He got him.
So you think they took down the black cloth in the radio after you left?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Nope. Nope. There it is. There it is. He's coachable. Look at that.
Very cleaned it up. It looks good. He was angry though that we even had to let it get to that point. See, that's the beauty, is Garcia takes a strike, is that radio is radio, right? It's not visual. It doesn't really matter. But when you start showing the radio booth,
and then you draw attention to the wires, everybody's going to go there.
Yeah. A little flinch by Garcia on the breaking ball. It's 0-2.
You know what I'm really excited about this inning, though?
You want to see the kid.
I want to see it. I cannot wait for the pre-hit ritual.
You're not going to see it. It's Hansen on deck.
Oh.
Maybe Hansen will do it. Just for you. Down low, 2-2.
I mean, he should let Avellino do it and then pull him for a pinch hitter.
Yep. I'm okay with that. Well, it's a pitcher's strike. There's no doubt about that. But
pitcher's strike. I think any pitcher would want it. I think it's too close to take. I mean, it's just a ball that you got to. I understand it's hard to hit. I think that's the thing with younger guys at the big league level, opposed to like a Buster Posey. Buster would probably take that and he'd try to foul it off, saying I can't do anything with it, but it's too close. And these guys are taking it, hoping it's a ball. And you can't do that when you're young, because they're going to favor the veteran pitcher over a young hitter. At least that's how I feel it should be.
well, I don't think you're going to. I think it's a reasonable argument.
Those are some good pinch hitting numbers.
Well, we really did not get to see much of Avellino. I think he got 1 ground ball.
Yeah, there was only like 2. When Stratton pitched, he only had 2 ground balls, and then
he struck out once swinging, once looking. And he struck out on a pitch that, like you're talking about with Garcia, a pitch that was probably outside a little bit. player's not going to get the call. Does that make it right? No. That's just the way it is. Hansen takes high and wide. 2 balls and a strike. The highlight for me was the overturned call at home, which meant that the Weenies had to go back behind the wall in the outfield because they were out there to do their race.
They
had to go in the other direction. So it's 2-2. Gano with a nice slide at home. And the 2-2. And that'll end the inning. Knebel right strikes out the side. It's 4-1.
West Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Cresco, your #1 choice for tool and equipment rental with 19 stores to serve you in Northern California.
Here's Ty Block to Orlando Arcia. It's 4-1 Milwaukee here in the bottom of the 7th, running out of time, and there's a called strike. Tonight I said the crowd was going to be better, and I said maybe it's going to be around 35. Wrong.
Was it worse?
No, it's way better.
Oh, 40?
Yep, there's a called strike. It's 1-2, 40,686. Block with the pitch down low. Hansen is now at short. Three and two. Ryan Braun is on deck. It is odd seeing Braun not in the lineup every day, right? Tap slowly. Tomlinson's going to have to charge. He does, and he throws out Arcia. 1 out. And here's no. Braun is pulled back. This is Santana. Domingo Santana.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You're deking Braun right now? Like, well, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, wait.
You're not going to pitch around the first guy of the inning.
No. Yeah, I agree. If you're going to send the guy out there, you might as well let him hit, right?
Yeah.
There is a method behind that man's madness. He's got this team well in the hunt for the wild card race. Top of the order at Lorenzo King. Longoria to his left. 2 down. So here's King. Kane has hit the ball in the air twice. And he's hit the ball on the ground once. He's 0 for 3. Breaking ball for a called strike. Yelich on deck. And another strike at the knees. So very quickly it's 0-2. The Giants have 6 more outs in this game. They'll have Gorky Hernandez to lead things off in the top of the 8th. Offensively, it's much of the same as we've seen for a while. Just a run on 4 hits. Here's the 1-2 on the ground, foul.
The difference, 4 runs, 4 hits, and 1 run, 4 hits is the walks. He had some homers, so that's obviously the free point, but the 2 walks, I think, is that scored ended up biting Stratton a little bit today.
2 walks to open up the 4th. Kane down the right field line and out of play. And a healthy swing and a foul over the Giants on deck circle. Madison Bumgarner tomorrow, and then the Giants will head home to take on the Atlanta Braves on Monday. Got him. Kane knew it, and that'll end the inning. Gorky Hernandez to lead things off. It's 4-1 Milwaukee. by a local Toyota dealer. Well, Stratton, as Jeremy mentioned just earlier, the 3 walks hurt him, especially the 2 to open up the 4th. They both scored. Slater's got the only RBI in this game for the Giants. Gonzalez pitched a bit through traffic, but he struck out 7. And Shaw and Yelich both hit their 28th this afternoon. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. It's Joakim Soria who is on the mound.
Soria 16 for 22 in save opportunities. Just another closer they brought over in a trade to pitch in the back end. Help seal some games up. He's been doing a pretty good job since he came over here. And when you're in it for the playoff race, I think one thing that baseball has exposed over the last few years of the playoff World Series is you have to have a back end of a bullpen in order to win. You can't do it without it.
Well, we've watched the A's do it. We've watched a lot of teams. If you couldn't get a good starter, they're going to stack up more bullpen guys.
And that strategically, having a ton of bullpen guys is great in September when you don't want to use some of your guys. If there's a blowout either way, you can use other guys and save your big guys.
Borkes goes down.
Helps out for that stretch run.
Yep. Here's Gregor. Gregor Blanco got a gift of a hit in the 6th inning when Aguilar could not come up with it cleanly. And the pitch to Blanco is up and in for a ball and no strikes. Blanco pops it up. Moustakas over. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So Blanco is going to get another shot at it. I see a couple of base runners. Ryder Jones is on deck. That foul ball right off of Pena. Outfield straightaway with the exception of Kane. He's playing Blanco very shallow and into left center field. 3-2. I'll say this about the Milwaukee outfielders. They're not afraid to play shallow.
They got speed. You can see where most guys stand because there's a dead part of the grass where a lot of guys stand. They're in front of that.
Base hit for Blanco as he lines it up the middle. Second hit, and here's Ryder Jones.
Starting to see that more and more too. Guys are whipping out scouting reports for these hitters. I think, what was it, the Phillies guys the other day that had one on his body, a pitcher, and they called him for having a foreign substance. And all it was a scouting report.
Yeah, it's Joe West.
Yeah, good old Joe West.
Jones drives one into right center field. It is out of here. He hits a 2-iron out of the ballpark, and it's 4-3.
That ball was absolutely smashed.
Well, now you got a ball game. His rider Jones smoked one into the gap.
Well, almost looked, I don't know if that was a changeup. And he just 87 outer half, but he absolutely crushed that ball.
Right at that fan above the Toyota territory.
That was fun to watch.
Here's Panic, who takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Panic fouls it back. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Brandon Crawford's on deck. Answer emptying up the bench here in the 8th, and why not? We've seen Joe Panic display some power. Heck, he hit a home run in game 1 of the season, and then he hit another one the very next day against the Dodgers. It's this one on the ground. Aguilar will make the play. 2 outs. Here's Crawford. Yeah, that's how Joe Panic's season started. Home run off of Kershaw, home run off of Kenley Jansen. Not bad.
Yeah.
Here's Craig Counsell as he's making the trip after Crawford was announced. But it's time for a change. Things speedy. Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts. We'll be back. Two-run home run. Now Xavier Cedeno is coming in to do the pitching.
Xavier Cedeno 2-0, 2.60 ERA in 36 games pitched. Pretty good. Left-handed hitters are hitting under 200. Well, it's just 27 innings. Probably faces mostly lefties. Occasional switch hitter.
Take a look at the numbers for Ryder Jones. I always like to look at the numbers. 111 to the launch angle isn't as dramatic as you would want it to be, and that's why it was a 2-iron.
418 feet on a line.
Yeah. Crawford taps it foul. It's 0-1. Cedeno, not a big guy, deals, and Crawford takes just a bit outside to even the count at a ball and a strike. You see Longoria on deck, but the Brewers, this is September, they've got somebody up in the bullpen for Longoria.
I believe it's the closer. Yep. Jeremy Jeffress. Counsell, he's not messing around.
Not at all. Crawford got a pitch kind of up, and it's 2-2. Post pitch. My goodness. Do not take that one again.
Oh. Ooh.
That's one, if you're Crawford, you're glad there isn't a computerized strike zone. And he held up, which means Longoria is going to hit. And is that going to mean somebody's coming out of the dugout? You bet. So Cedeno comes in to try to get one out. He walks the hitter that he was supposed to get out. And it looks like it will indeed be the closer for the Brewers coming in, Jeffress. with a pinch hit 2-run home run. Jeremy Jeffress is now on to pitch.
65 games, 1.46 ERA in 68 innings, 77 strikeouts. That is Nintendo-like.
He's just got a really nice, easy motion, and boy, that ball whips right out of his hand.
Yeah, that arm speed is pretty good.
I think that's probably what I was looking for, arm speed. So it's up to Longoria to match that arm speed with some
bat speed.
Bat head speed.
Well, get it going.
Overshift is on. Look out. Just at the top of the strike zone for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Crawford at first. Shaw, the second baseman, way to the left of second base. Out of play. A high fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Longoria is bounced out to third, and he's hit 2 fly balls to Lorenzo Cain in center field. Foul this one off of the catcher Pena. He hits 1 and 2. So Longoria down to 1 strike. The pitch. Swinging a shot up the middle for a base hit. Crawford now in scoring position. Is Longoria. Sends that fastball back up the middle. And here's Hunter Pence.
Great at bat right there. It's a veteran big league at bat. Took it right back up the middle. Didn't try to do too much.
So here's Pence. Hunter looking to tie the game. He doubled in the 5th inning. And he waves at a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Crawford pretty good speed at second. Longoria at first. A 4-3 lead for Milwaukee. Giants have 7 hits now in this game. Switch gonna miss. 0-2. Fans in Milwaukee, over 40,000 of them on their feet. Squirts away, both runners advance. This guy's begging. He's begging. People next to him entertained. The woman just really entertained. Come on, Hunter. Make that guy happy. It's 1-2. Got him. Gets him with a fastball. Ryder Jones, a pinch hit home run. It's bye-bye, baby. Giants are back in this one. It's 4-3, and we'll be back.
At Brewers, starting at 11 a.m. game time, hour-long pregame live at 10 a.m. on NBC Sports Bay Area. It's also streaming live on the NBC Sports app. Don't miss anything about the Giants this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and NBCSportsBayArea.com. (4-3) Brewers over Giants, and when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
That's right. It's Will Smith as he's facing Christian Yelich. Smith played a lot of ball games in this park.
That's right.
Said he liked it here very much. And a call strike. We have a couple of changes. Jones is now at first base. Joe Panik is at second. Line drive, base hit, left field. He can hit.
He can hit.
I hope the Marlins got a boatload of players for that guy. Here's Shaw. Shaw is homered, lined out, and struck out. And he bunts this one foul. If I'm counsel, I'm telling Travis Shaw, don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that again.
You just tried to bunt and you have 28 home runs.
If you try to bunt again, you're fine.
We pay other guys to do that, not you.
Center field towards the end of the bat. Hernandez comes in and he makes a sliding catch. Nice play.
Great play. He's still fired up. It's good, man. It's a good fan right there.
Absolutely.
Off the end of the bat. That's a long run, and he could not hesitate for even a half a second, or he doesn't get to that ball. That was a good route. Will Smith liking it.
Good. He can play center field. Here's Aguilar.
And then there's that guy. Two different guys watching the ball game here.
Unbelievable.
There you go.
High to Aguilar. The hat that guy's wearing, that baseball cap, is the cap that I just brought home for my dad. It's a great looking lid.
Orange.
I actually paid for it. That's the really sad thing about it. There's a belt-high fastball. One ball and one strike.
I mean, they're right next. Well, they're 5 down from each other.
Kind of.
One's fired up, the other one's yawning.
Aguilar down the right field line and out of play. You watch Aguilar swing and you think, well, this is the perfect place for him to play in because of how short it is to right field.
Yeah.
Because he looks like he's trying to hit the ball out to right field every time.
And when the hitter has that kind of a swing, they all of a sudden pull and run into the changeups and hit a homer down the other line. You got to get it out there.
You do have to keep an eye on Yelich. He's got 16 steals. Runner goes. Aguilar goes around on a pitch in the dirt. He strikes out. Yelich steals the bag. That's his 17th steal. And now Smith will face Broxton. Broxton rolled one back to the pitcher in the 6th off a tie block. Smith to Broxton. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And a good one. And it's no balls and one strike. Did you ever reach any point in your career where you thought guys might be sitting on that first pitch breaking ball?
Yeah, more towards the end, you started to see. Well, we had a guy named McCutcheon that my last year I threw him a first pitch curveball and he hit for a homer. So, well, now if I'm going to give up homers on my curveballs, that means the writing's on the wall.
I mean, Will Smith throws a lot of first pitch curveballs.
Yeah, it's just a matter. It depends if you're a curveball hitter is the problem. And a lot of guys nowadays aren't breaking ball hitters like a curveball. So with their swing path, they don't really know what to do with it when they see it. You know, especially first pitch. Haven't seen this guy. I mean, he probably hasn't faced Milwaukee a whole lot, but you'll start to see the division tend to sit on it probably a little bit more as they see you more.
I mean, the amount of video that every team has, right?
Yeah, you're right.
strikes him out with a breaking ball. That'll end the inning. So we'll go to the 9th. Giants need a run to tie, 2 to take the lead. It's 4-3 Milwaukee. Live before and after every game. Locally produced 49ers pre and post game live will air prior to every home and away game, and it makes its season debut tomorrow at 9 a.m. as the 49ers open up the regular season against the Vikings, as Brandon Belt is going to stand up and hit against Jeffries. And the pitch, and it's outside for a ball. Greg Papa, the host of 49ers pregame live and postgame live. You get former 49ers players Dante Whitner, Ian Williams. They're going to join the network as analysts. Laura Britt will join the 49ers coverage as host and reporter. So remember, it's all going to start tomorrow as Bell takes a ball. It's 2-0. Original content throughout the season via NBC Sports Bay Area's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter platforms. So check it out tomorrow. 49ers open it up. Belt takes a strike. Giants need a base runner, or they need to hit one out of the park. Belt had some knee soreness and was scratched out of the original starting lineup. Here he rolls it foul. It's 2-2. Ryder Jones, a pinch hit home run in this game. Belt takes high. Hernan Perez is the second baseman. Shaw is now at first. It's 3-2 to Belt. And a check swing foul. If that's what it takes to stay alive, that's what it takes.
Yep.
Goes back to what you said before about a lot of times Buster do that, where take your chances, right?
Yep. I can't do anything with that pitch, but I got to get something on it just so I don't get rung up on that pitch. It's amazing how they can do that, because your reaction time isn't that.
Belt takes one at the knees. One out here in the ninth.
Last pitch right there was an 82-mile-an-hour curveball. Some might say slider, but that was pretty top to bottom. And that's a tough pitch to starts away out of the hand and comes right back. It's going to freeze a lot of hitters.
Pretty confident with a count of 3-2.
Yeah, it's.
So here's Mr. Hansen, who can be magical in the ninth. He wraps this first pitch foul. Hansen came into the seventh as a pinch hitter and struck out looking. Same spot. 0-2. Giants have struck out 13 times in this game. I checked the box scores today just for fun to look at teams, their number of hits and their number of strikeouts, and it's usually, for the longest time in baseball, there definitely be more hits than strikeouts, but almost every game played yesterday there were more strikeouts than hits.
Doesn't surprise me.
Look out, 1-2.
It's an all or nothing game now. There's a lot of guys. The singles hitters are just kind of being weeded out at this point in the game. I think it'll come back around, but right now it's all about power. It's let it fly, and if you strike out, you strike out.
I mean, it used to be if you struck out a lot, you didn't play. Hansen to left. And coming in and making a diving catch is Yelich. 2 down. Two down for Shaw. Just for a second thought Hansen had a shot.
Then you realize who was out there.
It's true.
Jeff was pretty fired up.
Derek Johnson's out.
You hit one home run 500 feet, and every pitching coach is going to go out and say, hey.
And they're going to tell you exactly what the pitch was that he hit 500 feet.
Yeah.
So it's Chris Shaw, the last hope for the Giants. And there'll be some swinging in this at bat. 1 ball and no strikes. With Blanco to follow. Two and 0. Well, let it fly, kid.
Yep.
Here's one where if you
take your chance,
get it in the strike zone, cheat a little bit, and let it go. Two balls and 1 strike.
That last fastball, you see that little tail at the end. That's late, and it's nastier than you think, because he saw that ball outer half, and it ended up away. Good adjustment right there.
Looked to me like the message is keep the ball away.
Yeah.
No swing. Good at bat.
I'm thinking after yesterday, Mr. Hamari probably doesn't want to ring a guy up on that kind of controversial play. It wouldn't go well.
Here's Blanco. Tell you what, Gregor Blanco will give you a spirited at bat in a situation like this.
I've seen him hit homers in these situations.
He's got power. First pitch is down and in for a ball, 1-0. Foul, look out, right in front of Bruce Bochy. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I do not believe that Boch didn't flinch because he knew it wasn't going to hit him. I don't think he saw it.
He might not have. You're right.
So it just hit the net. Here it is right here. Oh, he flinched a little bit. He had a little something. Yeah. Easy, big guy.
One and two.
Last pitch, that same little tail. See how that tailed almost? I mean, that could have been. I mean, the way that ball tails at the end like that, that kind of tailed through the strike zone. But that's some good late movement. That he's got on that fastball.
And he got a piece.
Whoa.
Easy, big fella.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's a foul ball. Fix your divot.
Was Gregor calling timeout to let everybody know? I've never seen that done before.
I feel like Guzzi called it and walked away. He was still coming set. The catcher stood up, and Blanco was finally like, hey, hey, don't throw. Don't throw.
Hey. How can you not like that guy? Gregor. One and two. See what happens. Out of play and a good battle. I'm going to say just because Chris Shaw is young that he runs pretty good.
Yeah, he's got some wheels. He shouldn't be slow yet.
Let's give him a couple of years.
Yeah.
1 and 2. I had him rung up.
Well, based on what I've been seeing,
I had him rung up.
I almost think that the way the catcher dropped down on Cuzzy last second right there and caught it, it blocked him out. You can see he had to look over his helmet. He couldn't see it. I wouldn't take a close one this pitch, though.
And that wasn't close.
No.
So now you got the benefit of Shaw being able to take off. So it's 3-2. Lifted to left. This should do it. Yelich is there, and that's the ball game.